Hello, in this video, I am going to do a UV test, UV protection test, to see how much UV protection each of these acrylic panels have. And then we're gonna look at this football display acrylic that I reviewed previously, and we're gonna see how much UV protection this has. Because ultimately, when we buy a display case, we wanna protect the memorabilia that's inside. And if there's no UV protection, if it's a football, it's gonna fade. Signatures, that's for sure gonna fade. And then that's gonna decrease the value of the collectible. So let me show you what I have here. So this is the UV card test, and we'll be looking at this section here. When there's light present, a UV light present, it will show you, this will show different degrees of purple from low to extreme. And here I have a UV flashlight. So for example, right now, if I turn it on and place it on the card for 15 seconds, it's going to show extreme because there's essentially no protection, right? And I'm supposed to do this for about 15 seconds, as you can see there. Okay, so that's what's gonna show when there's no UV protection, this dark purple almost. And to reset it, I will just turn it over for a bit. Okay, next. I have 3 samples of acrylics which should have 99% UV protection. So the first one, this is going to be our control. This is the Optimum Museum acrylic from TrueView, and this is essentially top of the line museum quality protection. So shout out to American Frame for the sample. And so there's a film here. So I'll peel that off later. And then here we have 2 samples from my supplier. So from supplier number 1 and supplier number 2. And so when I talked to them, they both said that these are 99% UV protection. So we're gonna test that out. They gave me a 5mm and an 8mm. Initially, I wasn't sure. I thought the thicker would be better, but just looking at it, yeah, the 8mm is way too thick. The 5mm is perfect. Now what this is, I think this is a 3mm. And what I've been told from my supplier is that over time, this does not do well structurally. It's pretty weak. So it's almost twice as thick. Okay, so the first test we're going to do is with the TrueView control. So you can see this has been reset. Yeah, it's good. Whereas before you saw that it would show the dark purple in this area. Right now it barely shows anything. This is good. It has good UV protection, like barely anything show. Do the next one. And we'll just go with the 5mm here. And I'm going to turn on 15 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. It's not quite as good as the TrueView, but it's still decent. So maybe it's not 99%. I say it's, definitely in the 90s range, maybe higher. So overall, it's decent. Okay, that looks good. I can tell you immediately that this is better. Yeah. I say this is definitely closer to the TrueView sample than the other one. I mean, that's about 15 seconds. Yeah, that's really good. This is really close to the low, whereas the other one, it was sort of in between low and moderate. Yeah, I mean, these are just as good as TrueView, honestly. And initially, I was a little skeptical, but okay, we have a winner. Well, the final test is to see how much UV protection these cases have. Now, on Amazon, they say that there's UV protection, but they don't give a number. They don't give a percentage. To me, that means there's none. Okay, I have it set up here, and then I am ready with the UV light. Yep, 0. You can see the minute I turn it on, it's already at the extreme. Hasn't even been 15 seconds. There might as well not be any case, honestly, because it doesn't do anything. We're at just the extreme end of it. Really, what this does do is just a dust protection. There's no UV protection. If you have this, even with moderate sunlight, signatures will fade over time, and I would think very quickly, because I mean, there's essentially no UV protection. It's not even 50%, it's close to 0. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that test. I already know which supplier I will likely move forward with. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the samples, and we will have a design of the product soon. Thanks.